Welcome to Baby Boomer Tales. You can find us at babyboomertales.com. Once you've arrived at our webpage, you can find links to places you can listen to our podcast, go through our Boomers General store, visit our Facebook page, our Twitter page, or X it's called now. You can preview our book and purchase it if you want to on Amazon. You can go to our YouTube channel and watch live videos that we had there, or listen to a podcast right on our YouTube channel. Well, I'm recording this on the 2nd of July, getting ready for the 4th of July. Today, it's the 15th of July, and so I'm trying to catch up. I'd like to have 4 or 5 sandbagged in the bank just in case something happens, which over the past 7 years, things happen sometimes, and you just can't get there and record. So I like to have about 4 or 5 of them. I'm comfortable there. So I'm trying to work myself back to that. They cut my hay 2 days ago, and it's been raining so much this spring and early summer that the hay just grew like crazy. Also, I gave them another acre of hay. The way I did that is my wife's yard was 8 acres large. So I took 1 acre and stopped mowing it and let the farmers cut it for hay. I've got a plan to do 2 more. That would leave her yard at 5 acres. That's plenty, don't you think? That's too much. I've been cutting grass. It's growing so fast, it's unreal. So I just got in and I'm tired, and usually I would not try to record a podcast after I got done working outside for 4 or 5 hours. But it is what it is. So here we go. I think I have enough energy to sit here and record a podcast. I don't know. It's a funny thing how you think you have less time than you actually do. I goof around a lot, and then I wonder where all my time went when I'm trying to get something done. Housekeeping. What? Munchies, what are you doing? We do not have housekeeping scheduled for this episode.
I know, Jim.
Well, why did you interrupt us then?
We want to go to the movies. Yeah.
The movies?
Yeah, with that little one-eyed guy and the goggles.
The Minions?
Yeah.
Well, I can't take you guys to the movies.
Why not, Jim? Yeah.
Because they'd think that you guys were part of the movie. Plus, you'd be running around. It'd be terrible. We'll wait until it comes out on video on the TV. Then we can all watch it.
Do you promise? Does he promise?
Yes, I promise, guys. I do. I promise.
Okay.
Now for the top 10 of 1974. That is the top 10 popular songs for the entire year of 1974. Number 10, You Make Me Feel Brand New, The Stylistics. Number 9, Show and Tell, Al Wilson. Number 8, Until You Come Back to Me, That's What I'm Gonna Do, Aretha Franklin. Number 7, Then Came You, Dionne Warwick and the Spinners. Number 6, The Joker, Steve Miller Band. Number 5, Seasons in the Sun, Terry Jacks. Number 4, Love's Theme by Love Unlimited Orchestra. Number 3, Dancing Machine by the Jackson 5. Number 2, by Elton John, Benny and the Jets. And the number 1 song for 1974, The Way We Were by Barbra Streisand. This may be the last one of these I do. I really wasn't that familiar with several of these songs, and I'm looking through 1975, 76, 77. I really thought we'd be more Eagles, Marshall Tucker Band, stuff like that. But disco was really getting big. And really, I know that the Bee Gees went over to the dark side and did disco. Donna Summer was probably the queen of disco. But besides that, I have no idea. I went to a discotheque once for dinner, but left before everyone started shaking whatever they shook.
Their booty.
Yeah. Okay, Heather, be quiet.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess maybe I just ought to do the Song of the Week for a while and forget all these top tens and stuff like that. What I want to talk about is my stuff. When you get older, not only you are growing old, but the stuff you have is growing old. It's a strange phenomena. Unless you just buy something new every time you think of something, you have some old stuff, right? I've got old stuff. I'm going to talk about a little bit of it. Let's start with the first thing is my pickup truck. That's my car of choice, my pickup truck. It's got about 250,000 miles on it, and it's in pretty good shape. I have just a little bit of rust on one of the fender wells, wheel wells, but it's been garaged every night of its life, basically, and I do take care of it. My wife, she's had 3 cars since I bought my pickup, so it's not like both of our cars are just ancient and falling apart. My truck is a very good truck, and I like it, and there's no reason to go out and buy one of those new $70,000 pickups with all the bells and whistles. There's no reason whatsoever. Some of these trucks are like you're in some kind of limousine or Cadillac or something. I don't need that. I'm working on my truck. It's always full of hay and grass and dirt. When we built this house 27 years ago, I guess, we brought a bunch of stuff from our old house. And through the years, one time, I think it was about 2010, 2008, something like that, we bought a new couch, and it was sitting there all nice, and I went to work, and I came home, and our dog Maxie was just a puppy. And I made a podcast of this once, Max Joe's day off. Well, she ate half the couch, and that's the last day she was ever in our house. She ate a bunch of stuff, tore it all up. I had to give it to this guy that worked for me, and he liked it. It was still a good couch. It's just my wife, didn't want it. We didn't want to spend the money. It would cost a small fortune to reupholster it. It was a good couch. It's almost new. So I gave it to old Jason. I don't think his wife appreciated it at all. But anyway, our furniture around here, it's the same old furniture. A lot of it was in our house, the house before this house. So it's 30 years old or more. But nothing's wrong with it. It'd be different if it was broken or big holes in it. We got rid of the couch, with holes in it. Oh well, everything I have is old. About 10, 12 years ago, we did buy new recliners. They were like one piece, but they're 2 recliners with a middle thing, and they pretty nice. They even had phone chargers built into it and stuff. And I like that chair really good. It's big, though. I don't know. I think we put it where that couch was, actually. It was almost as long as the couch. Our property, when we bought this place and then we built our house, I told Kim, I said, this is the last place I'll ever live. I will live here till I die. Now, she's wanting to maybe explore moving, going somewhere different, doing something. And I remind her of that deal we made, because I was very content in my old house. And it was almost paid for and all that stuff. And well, anyway, it's really not my decision anyway. But we're still here and doing things like mowing a little less. That's not because I really want to cut more hay. It's because I'm just trying to figure out how to keep up with the work around here. It's hard. It is. The worst thing in the world is like home and garden TV or those type of shows where they fix up an old property or they take your house and remodel it, and they do all this in a half an hour, And my wife loves those things. I hate them. I hate them. She come and say, well, we can do this and we can do that. And, well, the last project we did together, we put a new floor and toilet in our master bathroom, and it took, I don't know, probably a week. Now, we did finish our basement, Kim and I. We did that in anticipation of our daughter, Allie, getting married, but that's been over 20 years ago. Well, 20 years ago, I was much younger than I am today. So I don't want to remodel my house and change all the floors and change all the countertops and all that stuff. They put that stuff in these people's heads, and besides not being able to do it in a half an hour, it costs a lot of money. We're at a point in our life, I'm trying to, make the money last. I don't want to go throwing it away on, you know what I mean? Our appliances, same deal. We had bought a new refrigerator in our old house right before we bought this place. Our refrigerator quit or something. And that refrigerator today is 30 years old. But my wife doesn't like the color. Well, she doesn't like the color now. When we built this house, we just put all the appliances to match that refrigerator. Well, now she wants different colored appliances. We had a standoff one time. A microwave above the range went out, and she thought she wanted a different color microwave. I said, darling, this microwave matches all your appliances. Doesn't matter. I want this color. I wouldn't do it. So I had to go downstairs to our kitchen downstairs, bring up the little microwave down there, put it on the countertop, and we lived like that for a year or two before she finally gave in and let me get a microwave, because I know what would happen if I got the color she wanted. Then all of a sudden she'd want the dishwasher to match that, and the refrigerator, and the stove, etc., etc., etc. And then about the time you got all that done, she'd like a new color. Not going to do it. I'm sorry. We are not going to do it. At least, I hope we don't. Now, it makes me sound like I'm real mean to my wife, and I'm also making it sound like she's just flippant and wanting all this stuff. And neither one's the case. We watch our pennies, we work hard, we buy what we have to and really what we want to, but we don't waste it, so we're okay. Kim and I are okay. I know she would like different appliances, but these new appliances, that refrigerator is 30 years old. We have a refrigerator downstairs that's 48 years old. Why get another one? It's working. Never had a problem. You know what I mean? Let's move on here and run out of time. My office. This is the one point of contention. She comes in here and tells me it's dirty, looks like a little boy's room. How can I have where I work? Because I work at my office. I have, the podcast and some home-based businesses and stuff out of here. And I like it. It's perfect. And she wants to get me a new desk and this. What's wrong with my old desk? I have 2 desks. So you're going to give me 2 desks? I made the mistake of telling her that I liked my daughter's new desk when we visited her last time. They got a new desk. And so now she wants to buy one of those. Well, nothing's wrong with my desk. Leave my office alone, darling, please. We've bought 2 hutches in our lifetime, and both of them, after a while, she gets tired of the top part. One of them's downstairs holding junk in the storage room. The other one's out in the barn. Why do we buy the whole hutch when, after a couple of years, she announced she wanted to bring one of those hutches over? And I says, you took all the glass out of those, didn't you? Well, yeah. And all the shelves were glass? Well, yeah. Do you know where the glass is? Well, no. Well, what are you going to do? Well, I'll paint it. And I'll do this and I'll do that. And I hope you find somebody to help you carry it over, darling. And another thing where men are different than women. Now, this is a wonderful concept for me because if women were like men, I probably wouldn't be as crazy about my wife because she's a woman. But they're always rearranging. She tells me it's because I won't buy new stuff. But she rearranges stuff, changes the paintings on the wall, rooms and stuff, moves something from one side of the room to another. Maybe sometimes even takes it downstairs and wants to bring something from the basement up here. Anyway, every time she gets done rearranging, she goes, "This is the very best I've ever seen this." That's what you said last time. And that's why I love her right there. Because I would just let that stuff just never move. There'd be dust bunnies the size of Godzilla underneath the stuff. Well, my stuff's all old, and I'm old. 76 now. Can you imagine? It's hard to wrap my head around it, but sometimes I feel it, especially after I've mowed for 4 or 5 hours and try to come in here and do a podcast.
Wow!
Oh well, maybe I'll rent a movie for the munchies. Always be kind. It's taking the high road, we all know that. I'll be back next Wednesday, that's my plan. Thank you for riding along today. Peace out.